All right, Jethro Tull, bouree, or I guess you could say a cover of a Bach tune by Jethro Tull, bouree. Awesome song. Bach, bouree, if you like. And I am Finbar of Finbar Bass. Before I run into how to play that, let me just tell you I got some free video tutorials right down there in the YouTube video text box. And you can click on those. They're not on YouTube at all. Got to click on that to get them. And other than that, let's roll up into some Jethro Tull, one of my favorite bands of all time. This was on the end. Stand Up. That's the album that it was on. All right, so this is going to be a lesson that's kind of about doing variations on a theme. And this song, that first part right there, it kind of stays the same throughout the beginning of the song, and then the next part changes up, varies. So he's kind of keeping the foundation secure and then floating around onto other things in the second part. So let me show you the first part. I'll do it slow. Right there, right? And what I'm doing there is I'm starting just real quick, hitting the 7th fret of the G string, just to give it a little pop when you come into it, right? And then that's the octave that you're hitting right there, the 5th fret of the A string. So you got 7th fret of G, 5th fret of the A right here, 8th fret of the A. So you got 5th fret of the A, 8th fret of the A, and then I'm hitting the 7th fret of the D. And then back to that 8th fret of the A string. And then you go down to the 7th fret of the A string. Back up to the 8th. And then to kind of resolve it, you go back down to the 5th fret of the A string. So that all together. Resolve. And then to get into the next part, you're going to hit the 7th fret of the A, the 8th fret of the A, and then you're going to hit the the 7th fret of the D string. Let me see. Yeah, 7th fret of the D string, and then the 5th fret of the G. So you got see that? So you're going, and that's the same part, or that part that runs the same pretty much throughout the beginning of the song. And now the next part I'm going to show you, I'll show you just a couple variations of it. And you can vary it yourself if you want. Throw in whatever you want there. So after you hit that 5th fret right there on the on the 5th fret on the G string, you could hit that on let's see, yeah, the 10th fret of the D as well. I just hit it up here because my hand's up there already, so might as well just pop it right there. You could do, then go to the like the 8th fret of the E string, and then the 7th fret of the A string, right? So you got, and then a little run there, descending run where you're going to go from the 7th fret of the D to the 5th fret of the D to the 8th fret of the A, and then to the 5th fret of the A. So that whole thing together. So if I play it with the first part, and then to get, just to give you a little lead in into, starting the pattern over again, you're going to hit the 8th fret of the A and then the 7th fret of the D before you go back into the old. You just hit it quick. Like that. That's one variation. Second variation I'll show you. After you hit that 5th fret of the G, instead of doing the old, like we just did in the first variation, you're going to hit the 8th fret of the A and then the 8th fret of the E. Right? And then there's this really cool, what that is it's the, you're hitting the 8th fret of the A, back to the 5th fret of the G, and then back to the 8th fret of the A. So you got, and then you're going to go all the way up to the 7th fret of the G, right? And then the 7th fret of the A. So what that looks like in total, and then you're going to go back into the, right? So if I play that again with the first part, just like that, and back into it. So a third variation that you could do, right after that 5th fret of the G, you do what we just did before, 2 hits on the, 1 hit on the 8th fret of the A, then the 8th fret of the E, and then you're going to go to the 7th fret of the D string, and then the 5th fret of the D. So you got, next note is the 8th fret of the E string, and then back up to that 5th fret of the A. So in all, then you go back into it. Little lead in, and right back into it. So if I did that with the beginning part. Next part I'll show you. This is kind of a nice one. Kind of leads into the second part of the song. What you're doing here is you're going to hit the after the 5th fret, you're going to hit the 8th fret of the E and then the 7th fret of the A, and then you're going to hit the 8th fret of the A followed by that same 5th fret of the G, and then back to the 8th fret. So it's going to look like this. Right? One more time. And then you're going to hit this 8th fret of the A one more time, and then go back down to the 7th fret of the A. So it sounds pretty cool. Check this out. Right? And that note right there tells you that you're going to be going back into the pattern again. So if I play that with the beginning part, right back into it. Alright, got some Bouree by Bach. I hope you enjoyed that. Jethro Tull, one of the greatest bands of all time, baby. Yes, one of my favorite bands. Grew up with those guys. Anyway, I am Finbar of Finbar Bass. Please click on my little bass tutorials right down there. They're not found on YouTube. Got to click on the little button down there to get them. Other than that, you could always subscribe to my Finbar Bass channel up in this general area. And hope you enjoyed that. Have fun with it.